Okay, good morning, everyone. Morning, San Benito CISD. How are we doing today? Okay, I think we can do a little bit better than that. How are we doing today? After three, I want everyone to say howdy. 1, 2, 3. This year, we're going to carry a Western theme throughout the year. And so I see people out here in their Western gear, and I also see some people with fluorescent yellow cowboy hats. Let's give a round of applause to those who really went out. My name is Luis Gonzalez, the Director for Family and Community Engagement, and I am very honored and again to serve as your host this morning and to welcome you back to the 2019-2020 school year. It's more numbers added. I can't believe we're already going to hit 2020. But here we go. At this time, I would like to first acknowledge those who are here today to welcome us as we walked in. The talented students and the music that was provided. The spirit was provided by the San Benito High School cheerleaders who are under the leadership of Miss Ashley Camacho Garza and Assistant Director Alyssa Hernandez. Let's give the cheerleaders a round of applause. Also on the welcoming line were the fabulous San Benito Bells under the direction and leadership of Director Isabel de la Cruz and Assistant Director Ricardo Delgado. Let's give the Bells a round of applause. Also joining them was the drum line, who is under the direction of Jorge Mujica. Let's give them a round of applause. And also providing some musical entertainment as we sat was the jazz band again, under the direction of Miguel Aguilar and Jorge Mujica. And of course, Director of Bands for San Benito CISD was Daidi Mendoza. Also with us today was the VMA cheerleaders, and whose sponsor is Norma Castillo. And assistant was Brandy Gonzalez. Let's give the VMA students a round of applause as well. We're going to start this morning with roll call. I know that next Wednesday you'll be starting your roll call with students, but we're going to start our roll call with our employees today. So at this time, we're going to start with our middle schools. Can we have roll call? And those who are at Riverside Middle School, please show your presence. Let's hear it for Miller Jordan Middle School. And Berta Cavasa Middle School. Elementaries in reverse order. We're going to start with the Jaguars of Sullivan Elementary. Let's hear it for Rangerville Elementary. And let's welcome La Paloma Elementary. Let's hear it from the Lions from La Encantada. Also the Jaguars from Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary. Then we have the good old Bobcats, Fred Booth Elementary. My alma mater. Let's hear the Hornets from Frank Roberts Elementary. Now let's hear one of our transitioning schools, our school of choice. Let's hear it for the Ed Downs Fine Arts Academy. And joining us today is the Dr. Raul Garza Jr. STEAM Academy. And we can't miss them, the Dr. C.M. Cash Elementary staff. And finally, from our elementaries, we have Angela G. Lia Longhorns. Next group, you're the biggest group, you should be the loudest. Here we go, let's hear for the Veterans Memorial Academy staff. And the biggest of all, there are Greyhounds from San Benito. Let's hear San Benito High School. And finally joining us, everyone else from support staff, the central office, maintenance, everyone. Let's hear for our department and support staff. Again, welcome everyone. We'll go ahead and begin our presentation of colors. At this time, we do ask everyone to please stand and remove any headgear if you have any at this time. We will stand for the presentation of colors by members of the San Benito Navy Junior Officer Training Corps Color Guard under the leadership of Captain Nell Swanson and Chief Timothy Wilson and Chief Jesus Gaitan. Performing the national anthem for us today is Julian Nino. Julian is the member of the class of 2020 and the San Benito High School Greyhound Chorale. He is also an award-winning all-state vocalist. He is the son of Daniel and Daniela Nino. Please help me welcome Julian Nino.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Please remain standing.
Thank you, Julian. Leading us in the pledge, both the U.S. and Texas flags will be Amanda Garcia. Amanda is a member of the San Benito High School class of 2020. During the 2019 Skills USA Texas Summer Leadership Conference, she was selected to serve as the Skills USA District 13 parliamentarian. She is the daughter of Sergio and Michelle Garcia. Please help me welcome Amanda Garcia.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Please remain standing.
Thank you, Amanda. At this time, providing our invocation, leading us in the invocation will be Tabitha Lafuente. Tabitha is a member of the San Benito High School class of 2020 and the San Benito FFA president. During the recent 91st annual Texas FFA convention in Fort Worth, she received the absolute highest degree of membership the Texas FFA Association can award. She received the Lone Star FFA degree. Congratulations on such a tremendous honor, and Tabitha is the daughter of Pamela Christensen Lafuente and Robert Lafuente. Please help me welcome Tabitha Lafuente.
Please bow your head for a word of prayer. Lord, thank you for the opportunity you have allowed us to all come together. Help us all to be productive in your ways as we encounter another progressive school year. Thank you for this amazing group of San Benito CISD employees that I have before me who have dedicated their lives to serve our district. I pray that you cover each of them as they plan, instruct, and counsel during this school year. I also ask that you give the grace to guide and bless them beyond measure for their willingness to pour into the next generation. Please walk with the San Benito CISD employees who support our every endeavor and who are also our parents at times, for they mean so much to us. Together we can accomplish our goal to become a gold standard district. In your name we pray, amen. Please remain standing.
At this time, we're going to offer a moment of silence for those victims of the recent shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio. So at this time, we'll honor those victims who have passed. You may be seated. First, we want to thank Julian, Amanda, and Tabitha. We wish them a great success final year at San Benito High School and are confident that they will continue to make us proud beyond their senior year. And as we always say every Friday night, once a Greyhound, always a Greyhound. So congratulations to them. Next, please help me welcome our school board president, Michael A. Vargas, who will present a special message on behalf of the Board of Trustees. At this time, help me welcome Michael Vargas.
Good morning, Greyhound team and family. Good morning. Thank you, thank you. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I want to welcome you back, not only from a very successful school year, but back into what's going to be an even more successful school year for the 2019-2020 school year. I do want to start off, though, on a positive note. If you are a first-year teacher or first year to the district, meaning you were already in professional development days prior, can you please stand up? All you first years to new Greyhounds, please stand up. Can we give them a round of applause, please? So I want to thank each of you, newbies, as you enter Greyhound team and family. We welcome you with open arms, and we promise we won't let you down. You've entered a district that is doing really well right now, both financially, operationally, academically, et cetera, So we're glad that you can bring your talent to San Benito CIC and further enrich what we're doing. So we're at a convocation. A convocation was first used in the 14th century by ancient leaders to convene a group of people to celebrate. And so when they did these convenings, they would celebrate whatever, whether it was either the killing, the conquering. Back then it was pretty morbid. But today we want to celebrate a couple of things, and we will hear from them later. And that is our Teachers of the Year from last year, who are still representing the district region-wide. And also, and what I'm very proud of, is really celebrating where we are academically. We're going to celebrate each campus that has done so well on the STAR test, so well that we are really putting San Benito CISD on the map. For the first time this year, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Carmen, but we will not have a single school in IR. So that says a lot about how hard we've worked, how hard you've worked. And so I want to make sure that on behalf of the Board of Trustees that we continue that momentum academically. Last year at this time, we were also celebrating the fact that for the first time in a decade, we were netting about 150 students. Because prior to that, every single year in that decade, we were losing 100 to 150 students. And so we haven't looked at the numbers yet, but I want to make sure that we continue, again, that momentum. And the only way we're going to do that is if we focus on the academics that we've done so hard. And that's each and every one of you sitting there, whether you're a teacher, whether you're a principal, leading your campuses. So as we move forward, the board has been very hard at work. As I mentioned in the board matters, which will come out either today or tomorrow, people have a misconception about school districts and school boards and administrations that when it's summertime, everybody's off to the beach. Well, actually, that's probably the busiest time for the school board and for administration because we are preparing the budget for the next school year. We were preparing and finalizing and actually board approved your significant raise for the year, which is amazing. And I always tout this, 12% raise in the last 3 years. No other district can say that. 12% raise in the last 3 years. And also the mundane things of finalizing our grading policies, finalizing how testing is going to look like, et cetera, et cetera. But we've been hard at work, and we will continue to be hard at work. And just like I told our first-year teachers, we're not going to let you down. You've entered a district where it's from the custodian to the bus driver to the superintendent. We are always have those mental models that we are leading this district with a gold standard in mind, and we will continue to do so. So welcome back on behalf of the Board of Trustees. You're no longer at the beach, I'm sorry. So I hope you're recalibrated and you're ready for those kiddos on day one. So welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vargas. I did miss some campuses on the roll call, and I do apologize. So we were going to hear additional roll calls from the following campuses. And let's hear it for Gateway to Graduation Academy students, staff. Also PRC, Positive Redirection Center. The Darrell Hester Amador Boot Camp. And I do apologize, but of course you're part of the Greyhounds and you're here. We welcome you here today. I also want to mention Sullivan is also changed their focus, and they're not only Sullivan Elementary, they are now the Sullivan Environmental Science Academy. So congratulations to them. So at this time, I now welcome to the podium our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Nate Carmen, who will deliver the state of the district and the superintendent charge. At this time, please welcome Dr. Nate Carmen.
Well, good morning, and welcome back, Greyhounds. Third year, I've had the opportunity to stand in this gym in front of this group, and I know there's that running joke about how long a superintendent lasts in San Benito, so I feel pretty proud of that, and very happy to be back up here. Over those 3 years and 4 years prior in another district, I grew to learn that no matter what message you're hearing up here, there are going to be a large number of you in the crowd who are on their phones, whether you're answering messages, whether you are on Facebook, whether you're tweeting something out right now. Candy Crush, always my favorite when I'm in a large setting. So I just gave into it. We have a welcome back gift for all of you, and it's kind of tied to that message, I guess. The Professional Development Department will be sending out these. I don't know if they can zoom in close on this or not. But knowing how much people are using their mobile devices now, their phones right now, I get it. Apparently there's some syndrome if you hold it with your pinky finger underneath it. People are getting arthritis, they're injuring their fingers. So we're looking out for your best interest, San Benito CISD. Well, it's unbelievable to me how quickly each summer seems to go by. And I don't know if this is just because we're starting this year earlier or just because I'm getting old. However, I sincerely hope that all of you enjoyed a wonderful summer. You got to spend time with your families, take some relaxation during vacation, and overall just got some rest to be ready to come back and serve our students. The district has remained busy with activities throughout this entire summer. We've had a large amount of quality professional development. We've had to hire a lot of new staff, a ton of facility renovations. I think there are more campuses than not that if you go into, you'll see either new flooring, new fencing, new roofs, new parking lots. We completely renovated 2 more hallways in the high school. There is a lot going on, our baseball and softball field. I mean, there is so much going on as we try to prepare our facilities and make them that gold standard quality for our employees and mostly for our students to be in. So we believe we are as prepared as we can be to start the new year, and we're happy to welcome you back. Now, many of you probably know that we have dramatically improved our accountability rating, but I can't pass up an opportunity to share good news. If you recall, at the end of the 16-17 school year, that was the first year that the state issued the A through F accountability rating score for the districts. It was a what-if year. It didn't hold, but that number 2 years ago was a 74. So San Benito CISD was ranked as a C district after that school year. After the 17-18 school year, you might remember that with a lot of focus on aligning our instruction to the state curriculum, we improved 4 points up to 78, C plus, but by the state standard, a C. Continuing to work this past year, and I hope everybody's heard this, but just in case you have not, when the A through F rating came out for the school district, it came out from TEA with an 85. So, 11 points in 2 years, folks, that's fantastic. I've been able to take a lot of credit in various conferences, meetings across the region, the state for it, but at the end of the day, what I tell folks is I didn't teach a single kid to read. I didn't teach a single student how to add, subtract, divide, and multiply. I didn't teach a single kid how to do integrals or derivatives, anything, how to write a composition. That lays on each of you, so that the work that you did on behalf of our students is tremendous, and the growth we're seeing, I believe, represents the gold standard in public education. So congratulations to all of you. Individually, and we're going to recognize them next when I get done yakking up here. Out of our 16 traditional campuses, 3 of our campuses earned an A rating this year from TEA, and 7 of them earned B. So 10 of our 16 campuses were either an A or a B this year. Those of you who were here last year might recall that I asked each of you to serve as ambassadors for San Benito CISD because we have so much to be proud of inside of this district. And I want to share with you a couple of opportunities I had to do just that this summer and serve as an ambassador for San Benito CISD. In June, we traveled to Washington, D.C. for the National Model Schools Conference. We took along a group of administrators and a small group of teachers who had all participated in our ICLE training during the 18-19 school year. This particular conference provides sessions from schools and districts from across the country and allows for San Benito CISD personnel to hear different ideas and innovative practices. What was different was, additionally, this past summer, San Benito CISD was chosen as a district of innovation for all of the progress we've made with instruction, instructional technology, and aligned professional development that are leading to growth in student achievement. What that means, in part, is that a team of teachers, principals, and some of us from central office got to present on some of our initiatives here in San Benito CISD, along with some of the successes we've been seeing. I was very proud to have had this opportunity to represent our district, and even more proud as I watched our teachers and principals present on the great things happening in their classrooms and on their campuses. The fact that we were able to share practices from San Benito, Texas, with educators from across the country, and they were interested to learn from us, reinforced to me that we were doing great things here in San Benito. Then later this summer, in July, we led a group of about 150 San Benito educators to the TEACS Resource System State Conference held in San Antonio. This was our second summer to take a large contingent of educators to this conference. The opportunities to learn about best practices of aligned instructional implementation from other current practitioners are abundant at this conference, and we were all able to learn and take something positive away. The difference this year, in addition to that, we were asked to present a couple of sessions this summer as multiple districts across the state realized the positive things going on in San Benito. And I was again proud to brag about our improved student achievement and what we were doing in Greyhound Country to best serve our students. So as we celebrate today the accomplishments we've already achieved, I hope you are all ready to get back to the important work of educating our students to help give them the opportunities only provided through a quality education as we continue to be the gold standard in public education. Thank you, and go Hounds.
Thank you, Dr. Carmen, and we thank you for your leadership for the past 3 years, and we look forward to this coming year as well. At this time, I do want to introduce the platform guests that we have with us here today. We'll start with our San Benito Board of Trustees, our Board President, Michael Vargas, our Vice President, Orlando Lopez, Member, Sonia Weaver, Member, ML Garcia, Member, Victor Rosas, and out here with us is Mr. Angel Mendez. And yesterday I received a phone call from Ms. Janie Silva. She wasn't able to be here with us because she has a health procedure being done today, but she wanted me to express her gratitude and welcome back for everybody. So let's hear it for Janie, and hopefully she has a healthy recovery as well. Joining us from the administration, of course, we have our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Nate Carmen. Our Assistant Superintendent for Academic Services, Mr. Hector Madrigal. Our Assistant Superintendent for Finance and Operations, Ms. Hilda Rendon. And our Assistant Superintendent for Administrative Services, Dr. Andrea Cruz. At this time, I also want to acknowledge our new director for the PR department for KSBG and for our public relations. Please help me congratulate and welcome Isabel Gonzalez. And of course, all the KSBG staff that helped put this together. It took a lot of work to put this together. At this time, we want to welcome back our board president, Mr. Michael Vargas, who will be doing a special presentation with the Board of Trustees.
Awesome. So again, like I said, Convocation is about celebration. So we're about to celebrate our 10 B and A schools and elementary campuses. So I want to start off first with our elementary campuses who were Bs this year. Congratulations. We're going to ask that their principals come up. If it happens to be an exiting principal and an incoming principal, both principals come up. So please. Okay, our Bs. Correct. All right, our first one we have is Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary, our B campus this year. Congratulations. And of course, that's Mr. Ron Diaz, who led that campus, and incoming principal, Ms. Libby Flores. Next, we have La Paloma Elementary, principal led by Ms. Belinda Gonzalez. Congratulations to La Paloma and to Ms. Gonzalez for their B rating this year. Like waving into the abyss. Our next B campus, we're very proud, is La Encantada Elementary. Principal led by Ms. Gracie Martinez. Congratulations, La Encantada, on your B rating. Congratulations. Just going through a technicality. Our next campus, the technicality is they were the Sullivan Elementary. Now they're the Sullivan Environmental Science Academy. So congratulations to the now Sullivan Environmental Science Academy, led by Ms. Deanna Atkinson. Congratulations to Sullivan and your B rating. All right. Our next elementary school that earned a B rating was our wonderful Rangerville Elementary, led by Ms. Nora Martinez. Congratulations to Rangerville and Ms. Martinez for your B rating. And some trivia in case you're out there playing trivia. This is Ms. Martinez's first year as principal at Rangerville, so congratulations to her. And I was just informed of more trivia. Belinda Gonzalez at La Paloma, this is also her first year. So congratulations to her first year principals. And keeping that gold standard in mind, like Ms. Gonzalez's gold blouse. We now have, moving on to our secondary, the Veterans Memorial Academy. Congratulations to them. And at earning their B rating. And of course, our great leader, Mr. Gilbert Galvan. Congratulations to him and a B rating at Veterans Memorial Academy. And now, very proud of this one because this is our flagship school for our district, our very own San Benito High School, earning a B rating. And their principal, led by Miss Isabel Marichalar Solis. Congratulations to the high school and their B rating. And this is also Mrs. Solis' first year as principal at San Benito High School, so congratulations to her. She also does not lack in spirit. So those were our B campuses. Can we have another round of applause for our B campuses? That is extremely proud of each and every one of them. Now we move on to our 3A campuses. Our first A campus, very proud of them, is Dr. Raul Garza's STEAM Academy, led by Ms. Elsa Lambert. Congratulations to the STEAM Academy and their A rating as a campus. Our next campus, which earned an A rating, is the Ed Downs, former elementary, but Ed Downs Fine Arts Academy, led by Principal Ms. Manuela Lopez. Congratulations to Ms. Lopez and Ed Downs for their A rating. And last but certainly not least, we have our final A campus is the Dr. C.M. Cash Elementary, led formerly by Ms. Delia Cornett, and now being led by Ms. Marlene Araiza. Congratulations to both ladies. As you know, Ms. Cornett was promoted last night to the Director of Elementary Instructional Implementation. So congratulations to Ms. Cornett. So can we please, both our B campuses and our A campuses, all 10 of them, can we please have another collective round of applause? Good job to everybody.
Again, congratulations to everyone, especially teachers. Teachers, you're the one who did it, and we appreciate that. Of course, our parents and students also were a part of those ratings, and we know that all of our other campuses will also be achieving and receiving these next year. We are going to be an A district next year. At this time, we will present the star performance incentives to principals, and we welcome again our superintendent of schools, Dr. Nate Carmen.
All right. Well, again, those of you here last year would recall at this time is when we would hand out some championship belts for our TEA distinctions. Unfortunately, with the early start, we don't have those yet. They come out a week from today, August 14th. But don't worry, at the September board meeting, we will provide those championship belts to our principals. So they will still get them. And then, if you recall, last year, I can't make a new plan. I've got to use what worked. Last year, we brought out about $92,000, and we introduced the $100 stipend for our classroom teachers and for our classroom teacher assistants. That was last year. Those $100 bills, those incentive or those stipends being given to our instructional staff are not here today. They are already with your principals, and the principals will distribute those to you this afternoon after you get back to your campus and have your luncheon. So today, what we have in front of you, all right, gentlemen, we have about $340,000, give or take. And what this money represents is the money that the district is giving out to classroom teachers for how their students performed on the STAR assessment. If you recall, we talked last year, and your principals reinforced. You can yell about $300,000, sure. If you recall, we set incentives for the teachers of record if they reached particular goals. $1,000 if the campus met or exceeded the approaches rate that the rest of the state of Texas met. Another $1,000 for teacher of record if the district as a whole met it. We're trying to encourage collaboration among campuses. We want best practices followed across the district for all of our students. And we had several teachers on several campuses who will be receiving their money. So, and I know teachers have been asking principals throughout the summer, when will this come, when will this come? And the only thing we told the principals is we would have it done early in the school year, within the first week of teachers reporting back. And I think by giving it to you the first day you're coming back, I think we're holding to that. The only downside here is Mrs. Rendon would not go along with me handing out cash to several hundred employees without some type of a record. So this represents the money that we're going to give out, but we'll actually be handing out to the principals today envelopes with the checks in there for the teachers. We hope they're correct. We gave them to the principals at the admin retreat to verify that their rosters were correct, the subjects taught were correct, so that the incentive would be accurate. If there's a mistake, it's not the end of the world. We can fix it, and we will fix it. But we've done our best to verify, again, with each campus and compare to our scores. So we think we have it right, but if your check's not in there when you get back to campus, don't fret. We can print checks in seconds. All right, PowerPoint. So that's the total number after we verified with campus principals that we will be giving out that our teachers earned based on their students' performance. Where are these? Miller, Jordan, Riverside? Okay. Not only would Mrs. Rendon not let me give out cash, she doesn't trust me with the checks. So she will be handing these over to our principals. This first group, I'm going to ask just the principals from these campuses if they would come out. We're giving checks for a total of $6,000 that they will be able to deliver to their teachers who earned it. So if I can get the principals from Miller Jordan, Riverside, Gateway, and San Benito High School, please. The next campus, we would like to have the principal and the staff come up. If we can get the principal on the stage and if the staff would come down in front, we're actually be receiving the checks. There we go. If I can get principal and staff from Frank Roberts Elementary, please, receiving $9,000 in incentives today. If we can get the principal, and then if the staff would come in front of the stage, that'd be great. Oh, are they scared to come up? The whole staff. Maybe we won't give these checks unless they all come up. Where's the Frank Roberts staff and faculty? Come on up. We're watching the cash very closely. Congratulations, Frank Roberts Elementary. And the good news is the numbers only go up from there. Next camp is to be receiving star incentives. If we could have last year's principal, Mr. Romero, this year's principal, Mr. Rudy Ramirez, come up with your staff to receive $10,000 in star incentive checks. Staff doesn't want to come up. Yeah, can we get this faculty and staff, please? Meiji Leal, come on up. Congratulations to Angela G. Leal, Elementary. All right, our next camp is to be receiving star incentive checks today. If we can get Fred Booth, Elementary. If we can get Ms. Nidia Espinoza to come on stage. And if we can get the staff just right down here in front for a picture, that'd be great. Fred Booth, Elementary. Congratulations to Fred Booth Elementary. All right, our next campus to be receiving star incentive checks today, if we can get Berta Cabasa Middle School, Mr. Saul Libara, if he'll stop taking pictures. All right, congratulations to Berta Cabasa Middle School. Our next campus receiving their star incentive checks today, Ed Downs Fine Arts Academy receiving $14,000 in star incentive money. All right, congratulations to Ed Downs. Our next campus receiving their star incentive money today, $19,000 for Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary School. Congratulations to Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary. Receiving $26,000 today, Rangerville Elementary. Congratulations to Rangerville. Also receiving $26,000 this morning, Veterans Memorial Academy, Mr. Gilbert Galvan. Congratulations to VMA. Numbers keep getting larger. Receiving $28,000, Sullivan Environmental Science Academy. Congratulations to Sullivan. And the numbers just keep getting bigger. $31,000 to La Encantada Elementary. Congratulations, La Encantada. And the numbers keep growing. $35,000 going out to La Paloma Elementary today. Congratulations to La Paloma. We have 2 campuses left. Numbers are only getting larger. 35,000 for La Paloma. 50,500 for Dr. Cash Elementary. Congratulations to Dr. Cash. Our final campus, earning the largest star incentive this year, $61,000, Dr. Garza, STEAM Academy. Congratulations to Dr. Garza. All right, folks, I wish I had more money to give out. I will tell you that we have budgeted approximately $750,000 for next year if those incentive goals are reached. We'll pay it if you get our kids there. Congratulations to those schools receiving their STAR incentives today. Congratulations.
Again, congratulations to everyone, and much appreciated for all the teachers, everything that you've done this year, administrators as well. Good thing that we're starting early this year in August, because teachers are going to get their checks and they're going to be able to go shopping the tax-free weekend this weekend. So go use your money wisely and go shopping this weekend because it's tax-free. Of course, if you have grandchildren and children getting ready for school, most of your incentive checks are going to go to their clothes and their school supplies. But that's a great thing. Once again, let's give everybody a round of applause for that accomplishment. I also have friends and relatives that work in other districts, and I know that they don't do those things. So let's also give a round of applause to our Board of Trustees and our Superintendent of Schools for giving that initiative and providing that to our teachers as well. Another great reason to be here at San Benito CISD. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and welcome again Mr. Michael Vargas, who's going to introduce a new thing we're going to do this year, and that is bringing back a former San Benito High School alumnus. So at this time, Mr. Vargas, if you could please come to introduce our students.
So actually pretty excited about this. Just like Mr. Gonzalez said, it's a first that we're gonna do. Thinking back at why we do what we do, we're in the business of educating kids. So why not better to hear from somebody who graduated only 3 years ago and is now matriculating through not only an institution, but an Ivy League institution, a product of San Benito. So I'm gonna introduce him really quick. So Mr. Aaron Adame, some of you have already seen him, former teachers. He was the salutatorian of the San Benito High School class of 2016. He is a rising senior at Yale University studying molecular biophysics and biochemistry. And he is a Quest Bridge Scholar, a scholarship given to select high-achieving, low-income students across the country to cover the full cost of attending a top-tier private university. Outside of his studies, Aaron conducts scientific research on enzyme replacement therapies and also volunteers as a Spanish interpreter at a clinic for underserved communities. He currently hopes to conduct research at the National Institute of Health before applying to medical school. So please help me welcome a fellow Ivy Leaguer, Mr. Aaron Adame.
Good morning, everyone. I'm sure you're all tired of sitting down and hearing people speak up here, but I will try to be brief. So, I'm honored to be here today, to be among some of my former teachers, and to have been asked to welcome all of you on this wonderful morning. Now, as Michael Vargas has introduced me, my name is Aaron Adame, and I'm a rising senior in college. I graduated from San Benito High School in 2016, and today, I'm here to talk about you, the teachers of the San Benito School District. So everyone in this gym knows that an education is paramount to cultivating the mind. Education opens the doors of opportunity and expands the limits of our thinking. Education grants us the power to understand ourselves and our histories and the complex similarities and differences between us. Education is a powerful force that can even liberate a people from oppression. In the words of Nelson Mandela, education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world. We know this, and it is teachers that facilitate to us, the students, the right to an education. It is the teachers in our lives, the educators and the mentors in our lives that teach us how to navigate the world we live in. Now, there's a slight contention with having received my education in San Benito, in the lower Rio Grande Valley of Texas. Have in mind, however, that this is not specific to this locale. Many schools across the nation, but especially in underserved communities like ours, inequities run rampant. With time, I have realized that my classmates and my sisters and my cousins and my brothers and my friends often received less than they deserved. They sometimes did not deserve the appropriate resources and necessary support in order to succeed in the classroom. Teachers would sometimes hold them to low expectations, or worse, simply expect them to fail. Many of my classmates fell through the cracks because they did not have an adult who believed they were capable of success. But I believe change is happening in San Benito. In fact, it is happening. I just heard that there's a new Fine Arts Academy and an Environmental Science Academy, which is, yeah, super cool. So change is happening in San Benito. Change that is being effected by the exceptional teachers that are sitting right before me. That I applied and got accepted to Yale University was not a product of my own accord. I was inspired by my teachers and by the unique community in San Benito. I am the first person in my family on both sides to accomplish this feat, but I cannot say I did this alone. I've been fortunate enough to have teachers in my life that have made all the difference. From my days in La Paloma Elementary, Miss Salinas, my kindergarten teacher, who reminded me that my name is first Aron and then Aaron. From Riverside Middle School, Mr. Salazar, my 7th grade writing teacher who first noticed my thrill for writing and pushed me to improve it. Ms. Phillips, my 7th and 8th grade science teacher who taught me that a teacher can also be your friend. From San Benito High School, so many great teachers to mention. Mr. Rick Ramirez, Ms. Celine Becerra, Ms. Esther Leal, Mr. Eric Vallarino, Mr. and Mrs. Briseño, Mr. Samuelson, and Ms. Vela, my Mereti teacher. So, students remember and admire the teachers that believed in them. I certainly do. Now, teachers, I implore you, I challenge you to make your students believe in themselves. Because once you light that fire deep inside them, you will have made all the difference. Thank you.
Once again, at San Benito High School's alumnus, Aaron Adame. We wish him the best of luck as he continues his studies at Yale University. At this time, we're going to go ahead and turn it over to and welcome our Assistant Superintendent for Academic Services, Mr. Hector Madrigal, to the podium, and he's going to be doing the introduction of the District Teachers of the Year. So at this time, please give a round of applause to Mr. Hector Madrigal.
Good morning, Greyhounds. Angela G. Leal, elementary teacher, Marisa Ibarra, was named the 2019-2020 District Elementary Teacher of the Year. Ms. Ibarra holds a bachelor's and a master's of business administration from the University of Texas at Brownsville. She has a total of 7 years of teaching experience and currently teaches science. Ms. Ibarra.
Good morning, faculty, staff, Board of Trustees, and special guests. I stand up here honored and humbled to be named San Benito CISD 2019-2020 District Elementary Teacher of the Year. Let me start off by saying I am beyond honored to be among such a phenomenal group of educators who work toward achieving the gold standard in education each and every day here in San Benito. I am humbled because I know there are simply so many outstanding, passionate, creative educators out there who challenge, inspire, and support their students on a daily basis. I will try very hard to get through this speech without tears, but no promises. I want to thank my husband for his love, support, and most of all, his patience. And Lord knows he needs it. To my son, thank you for being the driving force behind everything I do. To my family and friends, thank you for your continued support. To my guardian angels, thank you for always being by my side. My colleagues, my students, and my parents at Angela G. Leal, thank you for believing in me and voting me as this year's Campus Teacher of the Year. Without you all, I would not be standing up here today. So the message for this year's Teacher of the Year video was, why do I teach? And as I went back and I watched the video, I realized I didn't do a very great job of answering that question. This led me to really reflect and think on, why do I teach? And so to fully answer this question, I needed to look back on the road that brought me into teaching in the first place. Benjamin Franklin said it best: "Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn." Having only one child, my husband and I have always been very dedicated to our son. Since the day he started elementary school, we always stressed the importance of doing good in school so that he could go to college one day and become anything he wanted to be. When my son was about 8 years old, my husband and I realized while we were encouraging and trying to prepare our son for the future, we were telling him the same things we had heard but had obviously forgotten somewhere along the way. How could we expect him to learn something that we ourselves hadn't learned? How could we expect him to accomplish something that we hadn't accomplished? How could we expect him to graduate from college when we didn't find it important enough to do so ourselves? At that point, we made a conscious decision to go back to school and finish our degree plans. We wanted to teach our son that a college education is important, that a degree is invaluable to a successful future, and that an education is something that can never be taken away from you. We wanted to, without question, serve as role models for him. From the moment we went back to school until the day we walked across the stage to receive our diplomas, our son was involved in the learning process. He witnessed firsthand the sacrifices his father and I made to accomplish our goal. From the late night studying to the rushing back and forth to pick him up after school, getting back to campus on time, or all the late night baseball practices he had with his dad on the campus of UTB while waiting for me to get out of night class, and the limited vacations due to the financial struggles that come from being college students. He was learning how significant college was to us. So this was the path that brought me to teaching, because as I graduated with my bachelor's in business administration, I realized I also wanted to pursue my master's. However, due to the expense of a master's program, I needed to start working to help pay for those extra expenses. A family member suggested I apply as a substitute teacher since this would give me a chance to work part-time while allowing me to work on my master's. I decided to try it out. Why not? I had nothing to lose and everything to gain. I applied at a neighboring school district and was hired as a substitute teacher. I was offered a permanent substitute position for a co-teacher who was out on maternity leave. This meant that I would be with the same group of kids every day for 6 to 8 weeks. And I don't think I fully understood the ramifications of what this truly meant. This was no longer just a job that I could come to, get my work done for the day, and forget about once I was done. I was now responsible for teaching, nurturing, motivating, counseling, and disciplining these kiddos instead of just babysitting them like I envisioned I was going to be doing. Now, instead of having just one child, I had a class full of my kids. Being a permanent substitute gave me a deep insight into the workings of teaching and what it truly means to be an educator. As my 8 weeks were up, I didn't know how I was going to trust someone else to teach my kiddos. Were they going to know the specific needs of each child? Would they care for each child as their own? Would they spend the time building the relationship with each child as I had done? It was in this moment that I knew what I was meant to do: teach. I absolutely believe that it doesn't matter who you were yesterday, it matters who you choose to be today. Every student who walks through our doors should get a fresh start from their past, with no student being labeled as difficult, challenging, etc. Our students need to be given the opportunity to be their unique selves and express their views free from false expectations. It is our job as educators to welcome them each day with open arms, regardless of the hiccups they may have encountered before entering our classroom, and send them off with a feeling of self-worth. Chris Butler said it best: trust is earned when actions meet words. By not only telling, but also showing our students that we truly care about them, we are able to earn their trust and respect as well as continue to see them flourish in our classrooms and hopefully pave the way for some wonderful future leaders in our community. My fellow educators, we sometimes feel overwhelmed by our daily responsibilities, not able to follow through with an action promised to our students. While this might seem trivial and inconsequential to us, this action could impact the trust our students have placed in us. We must serve as their role models. They want to know that just as they're expected to be trustworthy students, we as their teachers are also trustworthy. We cannot hold our students to an expectation that we ourselves do not adhere to. Educator Rita Pearson once said, "Every child deserves a champion, an adult who will never give up on them, who understands the power of connection and insists that they become the best they can possibly be." The teaching profession, although extremely challenging, is also extremely rewarding. We get the great responsibility of shaping future generations through our daily interactions with our students. We have a responsibility as educators to guide our students to be the best versions of themselves. There is more to our students than what we see in the classroom. Each one is more than just their circumstances or life situations. And we as teachers need to be cognizant of these factors and help them be the best they can be. And so as I close out, I am happy to share that in 1 week, my son will continue his academic and baseball career as a freshman at Our Lady of the Lake University in San Antonio. To date, our efforts have been worthwhile, for as parents and teachers, our hope is that he has truly learned that it takes sacrifice and perseverance to succeed in college, and we look forward to the day we get to see him walk across the stage to receive his diploma. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Gateway to Graduation Academy teacher Bethany Trevino was named the 2019-2020 District Secondary Teacher of the Year. Ms. Trevino holds a Bachelor of Arts in History from the University of Texas at Brownsville. She has a total of 7 years of teaching experience and currently teaches social studies. Bethany.
All right, good morning. Thank you, San Benito, for letting us all come together to start the school year. And I know we are hoping I talk fast so we can get to the food and our classrooms. It has been a nice recognition receiving this title for the year, but I am just doing what I was called to do, and the same goes for all of us in this room. I am sure we are all excited to start new and fresh for 2019-2020. My professional title is Social Studies Teacher at Gateway. But to my students, I am much more than a teacher. I am a storyteller as well. I tell stories of the past in hopes to teach my students about the future, where we come from, and help them discover what they can be in life. We are told that we learn from our mistakes, we learn from our past, and that we hold the future before us. Not only do I get to teach my students, I get to tell their stories as well. I get to tell their stories of personal struggles, overcoming obstacles, personal triumphs, and second chances. In reality, all teachers are storytellers. Each student in our classroom have different gifts that they were given. To be someone great in life, like my last principals, or all the staff and admin I have worked with since I started teaching in San Benito. Whether our students choose to be a future teacher, police officer, bus drivers, custodians, or superintendent, we are all ordinary people who became someone great because of teachers who believed in us and pushed us. So I stand before you to tell you this today. You are amazing, talented, inspirational, smart, and capable of doing anything you set your mind to. Believe it, feel it, and go with it. Everyone needs to hear this daily. It doesn't matter if it's a teacher, student, administrator, or anyone we come across. Every day we walk through our campus doors wondering what awaits us. We look forward to a day filled with learning, laughter, educational conversations, and those got it moments. Our students want to feel the same way when they enter our classroom. Students want to feel loved, special, and smart. Be the teacher that does that for them. Help them reach those milestones in their life. Whether we stand at our doors to greet them, give them high fives, eat with them, or hold a simple conversation, it can do wonders to a student's self-confidence. Our days at times can get overwhelming, tiring, frustrating, and can lead to teacher burnout. We've all been there. At one point or another, we've all had those days. But with support from our team, we can overcome anything. Students can have those days as well, and we know it can impact their learning and classroom environment. As teachers, we have to remember to lead by example and help students process through those days and help them find their voice to grow and refocus on what's important for them. In the blink of an eye, they are all grown up and graduating high school. Whether we have seen them grow up from elementary, middle, or high school, we have all had an impact on our students' lives. We all know that teaching is a profession that impacts all students and the community. Every child that is placed in our classroom has a story to tell, has a future to discover, and we should remember to embrace each child individually for who they are. Teaching students in the 21st century is exciting every day with new tools in education, but be the teacher that grows with the students and view every year as an opportunity for self-improvement and learning. Go Greyhounds.
Again, we want to thank both our Teachers of the Year, and we wish them well this coming year, as we do all of our teachers. At this time, I just want to take a few minutes to acknowledge and do some thank yous. This summer, we know we're starting 2 weeks ahead of the time, and I know that our custodial and janitorial staff at all of our campuses and all our facilities work extra hard to prepare our classrooms. And so if you can go back to your campuses and thank all our custodial and janitorial staff for making our facilities ready for next week. Buy them a taco, buy them a biscuit, get them a snack bag, do something nice for them because they work really, really hard this past summer to get our campuses and our facilities ready. We also want to thank our bus department for getting, our transportation department for getting us here and taking us back today. Our maintenance department for getting our gymnasium ready and for transforming it for tomorrow. And we also want to thank our food service department for also getting ready for our delicious lunch we're going to have later today. So again, let's all acknowledge all of our support staff here at our district. At this time, we're going to maybe take like a 2-minute break just to stretch around because we're going to have a guest speaker coming up. So we can just break for like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, take some selfies, take some pictures. We do have our hashtag. Our hashtag this year is hashtag our stars shine brighter. So take some photos for a couple of minutes and then we'll begin with our presentation of our speaker.
I want to let you all know is when you leave here and get back to your campuses or your departments, our wonderful child nutrition staff has created pulled pork sandwiches and meals for you back at your campuses. They'll be there when you get back. And finally, before we do our alma mater, I'm going to see how many people will do this. And trust me, if you look under your chairs, there are 110 You're Our Star cards. They are numbered. After the alma mater, if you'll meet Mrs. Rendon on the way up, you can draw for a gift card with various values between $10 and $50.
Have a great year, everyone, and enjoy your lunch.